Welcome to Capybara Go, guys, and I'm going to try and teach you how you can complete the 7-day carnival for your very starter account. And honestly, it's going to be pretty easy, even though you might find it daunting, even with the massive 7-day reach 2 million CP, because that is one of the harder ones people are really scared to obtain, but it's easy to get 2 million power, I promise you, and I will teach you the methods in a moment. So, Capybara Go, what is the whole dynamic? How are you completing that 7-day event? As you guys will know, this will unlock each individual day, and every single day that you are logging on, you can get a free pack, as you can see, with some gems. It's going to help your account really massively, as well as these chests up the top, which will grant you rewards. But the real reason you're completing it is to try and get that first ever piece of S plus gear for your account, right? You've got an S piece gear here, epic rated, and it is pretty good depending on what you want to run, right? This is a revive with 20% HP after death, so it guarantees later on the line, if you are really struggling with content, you might need that one revive to get through that next stage. So it's really good for a beginner friendly build. It's not going to be the greatest thing in the later game, but it is something that you're going to be using early on. When you've got that though, or to get that though, you're going to have to obviously go through some hurdles. And I'm going to try and teach you right now how you can gain a ton of power, because you can see I'm already at 3.79 million power, and you can see technically on the 7-day event, this is like the 8th day now, 9th day, and I've been pretty casual once I've completed the 7-day event. I'm going to be honest, it's been a nice experience so far on Capybara Go. What we're going to do is talk about how to gain power. How can I gain 2 million power first, and then the tips and tricks on just generally playing the game, and we'll make hopefully some build guides in the future if you guys want to, right? So when it comes to Capybara Go, the main thing that I see people do is making mistakes on is the gear and your pet system. So we're going to go through both of those mainly. So with your gear, it's easy as pie to follow. Copy me, copy what most people do, and you can even check the top rankings in your leaderboard, and they're going to be following a very similar pattern. You want to max out, guys, no matter what, your weapon first. This is the most important item out of all of your items to max out. So you want to have this as high as possible, and the reason is because this is in charge of your attack stat, and any sort of weapon combo, crit, skill damage, any sort of damage base is all from your weapon. And as you guys may know, playing Capybara Go, it's all about kind of killing your enemies as fast as possible, especially in the boss runs in this game. So you really want to take advantage of as much damage as possible in this game. So as we now know, we want to max out our weapon first. Make sure this is level 40, and if you are getting gear towards it, you are trying to make it +2, +3, +4 by merging with the, obviously, merge mechanic, all the extra copies here for that. Now, once you complete this, you will go to your next piece of gear, which is your armor. This could be different depending on what you're running. You can see I'm running a Dragon's Breath armor. Really powerful, global HP on everything, but restores 25% of my attack as HP each round. And that gives me actually a nice bit of survivability for a really PvE friendly build, which I'm trying to achieve from completing the main story, right? So that's what we're running. Complete those two first. Once you've done that, you're going to complete your rings and then come down to your necklaces, right? Depending on what necklaces and rings will dictate what you're going to level up first. Because the thing is, if you look at these do grant me attack and defense, right? If we look at another ring here, this attack and defense is really good, but this is summoning 2 light spears after every 4 rounds, and it's going to increase my basic attack damage by 25%. If we compare it to my Guardian ring, it actually just throws 2 daggers every 4 rounds and grants me a shield, which actually gives me a ton of survivability, kind of what I'm trying to do with the build. So you can see you can double up on these. It will double trigger in the battle, allowing you to actually maximize on effects. And that's kind of the way I am running my build. At the moment, when it comes to necklaces, I'm not going to go too deep into it. However, you will later down the line, depending on what you're going to be running as your main weapon, your necklaces will change, guys. You're going to have probably a combination of some of the most powerful necklaces for damage and utility for your build. So just don't worry about that. But apart from that, that is honestly all you need to know about gear. Max your main two things at the very top, then go down to your like necklaces and your rings, depending on what's giving you the attack stat first, then the HP. Now, we'll go to pets. Why do we need to talk about pets? Because the biggest mistake I see everyone doing is putting all of their stuff, every bit of pet food into maybe 2, 3, 5 pets maximum. And that is the biggest mistake you're making when it comes to gaining power. Because the one thing in this game which it doesn't really teach you if you don't pay attention to is you're gaining passive effects once you hit milestones on your pets for your capybara. So if you look, for example, here on this glazed shroom, my upgrade effects, and I hit the question mark, I'm only having the 5% hero attack, right? If I get it to level 10, I'm going to get the 5% hero HP. So what you want to do is, honestly, if you've got spare food, get everything to level 5, level 10, and start gaining these passive buffs. And then once you've done that, you're going to be hard focusing on the pets you're going to be using mainly. So at the moment, I'm using Monopoly. I really like Monopoly for the fact that it obviously increases the damage that unit takes by 10% for one round, meaning my first round is a heavy hitting combo round, which is kind of what I want to do with this game anyway. And then obviously we've got our new flash in the works with the baby dragon. So we can hopefully open our third slot soon and get the baby dragon on the field. But you can understand now why with your pets you need to be doing that, guys, because all of your pets is gaining you so much free stats by stacking all of these on top. And these are all passive based stats, right? On top of this, you can get some extra bonuses. So if you go to, for example, Monopoly or even my Flash, you can hit the build. Once you get a little bit deeper into the game, you're going to gain this currency, which allows you to build and build again, which is giving you passive stats on top of what you've already got, which is more damage for your account. So depending on what build you're running, you really want these, you know, to match what you're doing. So if you're going for a skill damage build, you really want the skill damage to be locked. Same with like the recovery. If you're going for more of a tanky build, maybe that's your one you want to go for, right? But we'll go more deep into that in a separate video. But pets is pretty much covered now. So now hopefully you understand with pets, level up your pets, don't ignore them. And if you were wondering how to get over, you know, the threshold of the amount of pets to summon, it will depend on when you make your account. I will apologize, I made my account during the Christmas period, so I had access to the Winter Festival event. And in that Winter Festival event, as many people might have enjoyed it, you had the winter fishing. And with that winter fishing, you gained a ton of rewards. And one of them was eggs. And I actually used a ton of those to get eggs and actually level up my pets ready to go, so I can kind of just let it do its thing now in the future. The only other tips and tricks I'm going to talk about when it comes to power is technically stuff like your collectibles, mount, and artifacts, right? You are going to get these collectibles over time from opening chests. I'm going to purposely say, you know, right now, I'm not an expert on which ones you should be maxing out, because the thing is, these do cost you currency, and if you're a free-to-play player, this might be really hard for you to obtain in the early game, so you might want to kind of save this for certain ones that actually give you, instead of just HP, like attack, right? And you really want attack in this game, so you can actually deal some good damage on one-shot opponents, right, in the PvE aspects. Your mount is the next big thing that's gonna grant you a ton of power, especially when you start upgrading it through the horseshoes. You're gonna be able to do this through your events areas. If you go over here into the events, go to the dungeons, you are gonna be able to earn this. I've forgotten where it is actually in here, but you're able to earn them in this area. On top of that, what you're able to do with the pet, and this is one thing you'll notice up at the very top corner, I'm on 13,000 gems, completely free to play on the earning of gems, and that is because I've saved them. And if you save your gems, you will get an event, guys, which will allow you to purchase these horseshoes for your mount, and it's going to cost you 10,000 gems, and you will honestly thank me for doing it, So you'll get a ton of power, and honestly, it'll push your account through maybe a current wall that you're at, right? So with your pets, kind of just, you know, with your pets, with your mounts, save, you know, your gems for this event, and you'll thank me later. Apart from that, this is going to give you a ton of dodge rate, which is the main gimmick of the mounts and why they're so powerful in this game. Artifacts ain't too bad. You're going to obviously get this artifact again. This ignores dodge rate. This is more tailored towards PvP, but you will obviously have this later on in the late game for this as well, depending on certain bosses. And then you got your skins, and everyone kind of knows your skins there, right? You will unlock new profiles anytime you get a new pet to level 10. So we can obviously represent the new baby dragon we've got here on video. Apart from that, that's honestly all you need to know about gaining power really early on for your account. We're going to probably make more guides on Capybara Go, and if you really enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want any other tips and tricks regarding this game or regarding the carnival, don't worry, it's not over yet. I've got a couple more things to say before we end this video, so hope you have enjoyed it. So the one thing I noticed when we are playing this Capybara Go is people are wondering how you can progress and obviously consume energy. Because you can see I'm already almost there on the consume energy on 3000 on day 6, right? Which is kind of insane if you think about it. As well as complete main storage stage 20. So you can see I'm able to actually get both of those if I really choose to. And instead of obviously that top up one time, I could have just completed this, right? Free of charge, I would have been able to do that, right? So the way I've been able to do this is you will press start and you will try to complete your main missions. When you get to a mission, guys, you die at and you can't complete it. All I have done in this game, like it kind of teaches you in the tutorial, is to use your travel. And every time I've done this is I've made sure I've saved up my energy to have over 100 energy at a time, and you start your travel. By doing this, you are going to earn obviously rewards depending on what events are running at the same time. Plus, it's going to give you a ton of gold, which you will spend then in your talent section here, which is where you will gain your main, you know, general stats for your Capybara through the main game. If you are wondering what talents to level, always max out your actual attack first. I kind of messed up here because I thought it was at level 10 only, but this time it was a little bit higher. But you want to max out your attack first, guys. Once you've maxed out your attack, you will max out your HP. And once you maxed out your HP, you will finally max out your defense. And you will repeat that all the way through. And you'll, by doing so, you'll complete Apprentice, Adventurer, Elite, Master, and you'll be like me, hopefully, in the Warrior, working your way all the way up to the Hero and then Elite Legacy routes, right? Where everyone gets all the cool extras. So that is the talent section. Nice and easy. Apart from that, the only thing I'm going to tell you guys to do is make sure you are coming into your store and you are claiming everything you can claim. Do your free advertisements here. Get those chests, guys. Go into any of your event areas here. Hit your dungeons. Anytime you can do an extra ticket for an advert, go for it. And if you do have, like I did, $7.99, I would recommend getting that advert remover. It's a nice quality of life thing, but if you're not a big spender and you don't want to spend in mobile games, you obviously don't have to, because apart from that, this game has been super free-to-play friendly, and I have absolutely enjoyed every second of Capybara Go. And with that, that's going to conclude today's video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and hopefully by watching this video, you know exactly what to do now with this 7-day event, and you can complete yourselves. And if you can, smash a like, hit the comment, subscribe to the channel, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you want more Capybara Go videos, tell me what you want in the next guide, and I will provide it for you. So with that, stay safe, stay sneaky, peace out.